Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Green Mondays, our monthly forum. We were reflecting this week on actually what's really remarkable success in operational sustainability strategies. We were looking at how a number of companies are now achieving zero waste to landfill from their own operations. We were looking at how a number of companies are now achieving 20% reduction in carbon emissions over 5 years. And I think if you wound back to 2007, when probably a lot of these strategies were born, you'd say that's been a pretty good job. I think we would have taken that. And then we were reflecting, how did we achieve that? What were the kernels of success in there? And we were thinking, well, there were probably two main things. First of all, leadership. So we've had a number of CEOs who have taken sustainability not only into the boardroom of their business, but into the business of their competitors and actually outside of their own sector as well. So it's Paul Polman, it's Stuart Rose from M&S, and then making a transition onto Mark Bolland. It's the late Ray Anderson from Interface Floor. It's Ian Cheshire from Kingfisher. But we were also thinking that new ways of thinking have been hugely important in that journey as well. So you started off with McKinsey's MAC curves, then we went into whole life costing, life cycle analysis, and closed loop thinking, which I think is really becoming one of the drivers of the most important, most successful strategies we have around us. But this is 2012, and a lot of that thinking is now becoming table stakes. If you're not good at operational sustainability, you kind of haven't even started. And the game is now moving beyond what you directly control into what you influence, into your supply chain, into consumer behavior. And that becomes a lot more tricky, a lot more opaque, and it probably feels as complicated today as operational strategies felt in 2007. So we were then wondering, who are the people who are going to provide the leadership and the ways of thinking to take us through to success in supply chain and consumer strategies? And I think that's why tonight is very important, because we have Jochen Zeitz on our stage. And I think what's unique about Jochen is he offers leadership and a way of thinking for this new era. So when he joined Puma, I think the share price was €8, a little less even. And then 13 years later, when it was bought by the PPR group, I think it was trading at around €350. So that's a remarkable journey. He's now moving on beyond Puma. He's joining Richard Branson to join the B team as co-chair of that, and that's something I'm sure we'll hear a lot more of tonight. But he's also pioneered environmental profit and loss accounting. And that comes at a time, it is a supply chain tool at a time when we really need a supply chain tool. So I think there's something very exciting about EP&Ls. We're also very lucky to have on our stage Richard Anderson tonight. Richard is going to be interviewing Jochen for the next 45 minutes. Richard is a BBC reporter, an economic and business reporter, but he has a strong interest in energy and the environment. So we'll have a 45-minute, probably quite intimate interview compared to what we normally have on the Green Monday stage. And we'll then have 20 minutes of Q&A. The hashtag for tonight is GM Jochen, and if you can't spell that, it's on your on the program. So without further ado, I just ask you to put a big hand together for Jochen Zeitz.